What is going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this airbrushing for beginners tutorial. And in this video I'm going to be looking at one of the ways that you can mask your models, masking for airbrushing. Now in this particular video I'm going to be taking a look at using Tack for your masking purposes. And there are different ways of masking. Of course, you've got tapes and you've got plastic card and homemade templates, all that kind of thing. And it's really up to you whether you want to create a save point at this stage in your painting. What I mean by that is whether you want to seal the model before, because sometimes your tape or your tack or whatever, it can take the paint off that you've already laid down when you go to take off the mask, and to reveal your paint job it might take off the layer underneath. So you've got to be pretty confident that that's not going to happen on whatever model you use. I suggest with most tacks, poster tack, this kind of thing, and what I'm using here is called blue tack. It's very good for acrylic paint, especially acrylic paint that has been drying for a period of a couple of weeks, and it's very easy and it's very malleable. You can use it quite well. So let's have a look at that. So here you can see I've got some blue tack already on one part of the model. Now just any sort of poster, and now bear in mind poster tack isn't designed to take off paint, because it's designed to go put posters on walls, right? So not really to take the paint off. It does happen if you've left it up there for years, or the paint doesn't have a very good adhesion to surface value. But get the blue tack, mold it into roughly the shape you want, and place it on to your model. Just work it in and around the areas you want to cover, like so. And it may be that you need a bit of further fine tuning with this. So what I recommend for that, when you get to that stage, is you'll need some sort of tool to use. You can use like green stuff sculpting tools or things of that nature. It doesn't really matter. I in a minute I'll use a Citadel texture tool. It really doesn't matter, bit of a stick, as long as it's got a bit of a flat edge or some sort of flat edge at one side, you'll be able to do it. So just line them up, your bits of tack here. I'm just covering the areas that I don't want to. There's my texture tool, just working it into the areas, so I'm being more precise with the area I'm covering. I mean, I don't cover the tops of the wings. I mean, it's always a good idea to mask off certain areas, no matter how good you think you are. I feel personally I'm pretty good at control when it comes to airbrush, but I still wanted to prepare for the unexpected, I guess you'd call it. So when you're kind of dipping your toes into the whole airbrush scene, it's a very, very good idea to mask up the areas you want. Blue tack is good because it's one of those substances, it gets softer the more you use it and easier to use. Once you put it on there, as I say, the paint on this model has been dry for a couple of weeks and is really perfect for this, absolutely, because it was as soon as the paint's dry I'll be taking it off. I'm not leaving it on there. I wouldn't recommend leaving it on there for any length of time. So now my mask or masking is on there. It's time to lay the paint down. I'm just using a Minotaur cracked leather for the base color for my wings, which I know I wanted to do. I'll be going over this model in more detail in another video, in my projects update video. Now I've speeded up these airbrushing clips, as you can see, because this video is not about the airbrush technique, the actual spraying of the paint. It's about how to mask the model, and I'm just really wanting to show here that the masking I've done with my poster tack, or blue tack as it's known over here, is going to be perfectly fine for this. So, you know, I do go off camera here a couple of times, but it's really not about the painting. It's just really to show that I've put the blue tack down, and I'm painting using the blue tack. I'm just doing the other side of the wings here now, and it's not one of those cases of here's what I did and not show any errors. I want to capture any errors if they crop up and occur. But I guess with the magic of video editing, you could do that anyway, but I assure you I haven't here. This was all done in one take, so I didn't foresee too much of a problem with it anyway. But yeah, so wait for the paint. When you've laid your paint down, please wait for it to dry thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly. Now I waited a good couple of hours for this before I took the poster tack off. So I'd already, you know, cleaned up my airbrush long ago, and so I'm just showing you how the tack could come off in an instance like this, and that's pretty much it. That's one way of masking your models using poster tack. Nice and simple. Just wait for it all to dry, otherwise, you know, it'll take the paint off that you've just laid down. It's great, you don't get much in the way of bleeding when it comes to this. That's the paint you're laying down seeping underneath it. It's good for blocking out that, so I thoroughly recommend that. Anyway, thanks for watching this airbrushing for beginners tutorial. I hope it's been of some use to you. Thank you very much. Bye for now. So thanks for watching. If you would like to help support me and this channel, then please head over to my Patreon site. There are currently tiers or levels in use, and if you watch my Patreon intro video, I briefly go over the benefits of each level, and there will surely be more to follow in the future. Your amazing support is greatly appreciated. There is also a PayPal button on my banner on my home screen. This is just in case you would like to send me a one-off tip. Of course, if you do not want to support me financially, there are still a couple of ways that you can help me out at no cost to yourself. Just simply hit the like button if you liked the video, or hit the dislike button if you disliked it. Either way helps me and my channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button so you can be informed about future uploads. Lastly, if you can, share this video in any way possible. That would be very much appreciated. Until the next time, this is Mini Warzone saying, remember, all brushes lead to war. Have yourselves a great rest of the day.